Okay, so I was just working at the computer in there and I looked out and I saw an owl. Pretty sure it was an owl. Swoop into the swamp here and land. We're gonna take a look and see if we can get it. Should be somewhere right in there. The only question is, was it a barred owl or was it a great gray? I'm hoping it was a great gray. I just saw wings, large wings come out. Somewhere right in here. Maybe by the time I grabbed the camera, maybe it took off again. I can say the deer sure have a trail going through here right now. Well, okay, no luck. From the time I went and grabbed the camera and put my boots on, it must have took off, but I'll keep my eyes open. If we see it, I'll try to get some shots. This time of year, it's gray and dark and not the best lighting, but I do like to take photos whenever I see them, regardless. So, we'll keep trying. You guys catch me in the middle of a deep dive on the old computer. One of the fans failed in the case, and so I've replaced it for 11 bucks. You get a thermal Take 5 bearing fan. Fantastic. Gotta love Amazon. So I'm cleaning and working on the computer today. It's cold, it's snowy outside. I've got the bird feeder out there. The birds are just loving that I've actually put some seeds out for them. Christmas lights are up. Okay, I'm doing lots of things today. So, bit of a channel update. I wanted to show you guys the phone, but I can't because I'm recording on it. My 3-year-old, or almost 3-year-old, Samsung S25 Ultra. I thought that it had given up the ghost completely. It wouldn't transfer files to the computer. Anyway, after playing around with some of the cables and that, I realized I think it's a cable issue. The phone is still working. It was giving me water in your USB port, blah, 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 from when I was hunting. I got some water or snow in there, I don't know. But it's working fine now. But in the meantime, I had gone ahead and ordered a Google Pixel 10 XL phone to replace this one. Now, I don't want to say it was all bad because I really liked the phone. I liked the design of it, the look of it, the feel of it. The AI, some of the cool features on there were just amazing stuff, guys. Take a picture and then tell it verbally, remove the car from this photo. Boom, it removes the car. There's all kinds of crazy AI stuff in there. However, where it failed miserably was the video and the photos from this camera here on the S23 Ultra, 3 years older, were beating it. The video just completely fell apart in low light, and I thought, this is, too much of an expense at $1,300 and some dollars. That was an open box version of the Google Pixel 10, okay? Would have cost me $300 more to just buy the brand new one. Way too much money to say I'm not getting an upgrade on the two things that I use the most, which are my cameras, the video and still camera on here. That's all I do with my phone other than use it as a phone. So all the AI stuff is pretty darn cool. The Google was a pretty nice phone, but way too expensive for what it was, guys. And I'll show you a little sample. I'll just play a video clip of me walking up that dark stairwell, and I'll show you how the video broke down and was just complete crap. So you're going to have to take my word for it. I watched a ton of videos before I ordered that, and there are actually people out there who are arguing that it is a better phone than the S25 Ultra or the Apple 17 Pro. No freaking way in terms of video. And I'm talking just video. I watch reviews on the cameras, okay? I don't know what Kool-Aid they're trying to feed everybody, guys, but absolutely not. I've got the video proof here. It was crap. The other thing that the Google does, which is not acceptable in 2025, you can't shoot certain video like HDR, things like that. You can't have the phone process it. It shoots it up to the cloud. The cloud does something on their servers, fixes the color, sharpens it, makes it stabilized better, and then 3 hours later, it sends it back down to your phone. That's no good for me. I might shoot 200 video clips in a day on here. So in 2025, that makes no sense to me. Google Pixel 10 XL, complete failure. So we're actually sticking with the S23 here. I went to order the S25, and the Black Friday deal through Fido, that's who my carrier is still $1,200 plus tax. And I'm like, I don't feel that it's enough of an upgrade to justify $1,500. This phone is still working now, so I'm just going to keep pushing forward with this phone. I just want to show you guys before I return this phone, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to return it. Let's walk up there where it's dark. And I just want to show you what happens to this video. I noticed it's jittery. I'll even put another finger under the corner there to support it. Right here, the image completely falls apart. We're going to go upstairs. For $1,000 plus, I'm expecting more out of this phone. So you're probably going to notice, I noticed that there's a lot more jittering in the image when we're walking around. The stabilization doesn't even seem as good as a 3-year-old phone. But I can't flip front screen to back screen. I have to stop the recording. So if I were to sit here and make a video like I do when I'm working on something at night, how bad does it look? Versus this. This is the S23. This is what it looks like when I sit here and work on stuff at night. Are you guys just going to stand there? Or are you going to actually hand me a Q-tip? I'm out of hands. And patience. Yeah. That's 6 months of running right there. Look at the stuff that's coming out of there. Gross. I guess it is time for a cleaning. Huh? You hear that? I didn't think so. Quiet as a kitten. A clean kitten. I cleaned it. It would have been cheaper and easier to just buy 2 new fans and pull them out instead of spending 45 minutes cleaning them, but they still work. They're still quiet. They're still working. I just don't have it in me to do that to the environment. Hey guys, cold and frosty out, late afternoon, but we do have sunshine. Sony kind of snuck a firmware update under the radar onto the A7R5 camera, which is my main wildlife camera. And they came out with a release today that totally upgrades the autofocus and tracking system of this camera. And I have to say, good for you, Sony, because this camera is 2 years old, and the fact that they're still supporting it with updates is pretty good. And when I actually went to get that update, I saw that my 7200 macro lens also had an update that I had missed. So I've updated both of them. And like I say, it's mostly to do with autofocus tracking and giving you different sized tracking boxes now. And when you touch the sides of the LCD screen, you can bring up the tracking menus. And when you turn the camera vertical, the menus go flip so that you can read them if you're shooting in portrait mode. So, hey, it only took them 13 years to put that on their camera, but they did. So we're going to take a little walk in the swamp, and I'm going to see if we can find anything to shoot. Good for you, Sony. I can see big buck tracks right here on the trail. And I have not been out hunting here in the last few days. I've just been too busy, and it's been cold. And I would have to do it with bow here in my backyard. You can see my house back there. And that sounds like an awful lot of work. Bow hunting is not easy. But when I see the size of that track, I'm like, that's a boatload of sausage right there. Yes, it's Movember. Hence the Movember stash. Thank you for asking. Cold and quiet back here. I followed those deer tracks, maybe 400 yards back here, 500 yards behind the house. And now there's 2 tracks. So he was definitely chasing a doe. They've now hooked up and they've gone off in that direction together. So, oh well, we'll have new baby deer on the property next year. No sausage for Gary this winter, but I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go back to the house and warm up. Not a lot going on back here. It's quiet. Ravens.